This is the final session with the last two people from my live marathon reading. Yay! Waiting for you guys to join. Chilling over here. Rubbing my crystal ball. I got this in India. This is lit. I don't know, like, I feel like I just can't do readings anymore without it. Like, when I hold it, like, I don't know, I can see things in it. If you look into it closely, I don't know if you can see it, but you can actually see like a map of the world in here. Like it literally, it's so weird, but if you look into it, there's literally a map of the world. And I think it's so cool because I got this crystal when I was traveling. So yeah. Waiting for these people to show up. This is the longest I've ever gone with nobody popping into a chat. I think it's just because I've been doing this all day and everybody knows like it's not for them.
The very last one.
Yeah.
And Jason is the husband of somebody who bought like the first one, so she might not be in here. I'm not sure. Huh?
Is Jason husband?
No.
Okay, good. That would have been so.
I think the very first person that were.
Okay. So, this is for the husband next.
Yeah, of like the very first.
Okay, person. And so what does he want to know?
Will I be living in Hawaii by 2023?
Ooh, that's exciting. I'm gonna start pulling cards. I'm starting to pull cards right now for Jason, if you guys are wondering.
Yeah.
Hawaii
by 2023.
Thank you so much, Jason, for your support and for your trust and allowing me to do this reading for you. Just pulling your cards right now. So the last two people are Jason and Irene. I want to thank you guys so much for your patience. I know you've waited like hours to get this message, but you can't beat this price. This price for a reading. I feel like I'm being called to pull a lot of these cards for you because you're like a word person. And you really want some like concrete clarity here. Whoa. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so you're wondering if you're going to be moving to Hawaii by 2023. And what I'm actually going to say is yes. And I'll tell you why. I asked, like, I pulled a bunch of cards, and then when I pulled these two, I asked, like, tell me, like, legit, like, is this going to happen? And look, 23, 2 and 3, 23. And so, and then it's funny because we see the love card because obviously you're going to be moving there with your wife. And then doesn't this look like Hawaii? How crazy is this? This is literally the most Hawaii looking card I have in my entire deck. And it's like the Earth Mother, it's like Gaia, and this even kind of looks like a volcano in the background, and I'm kind of shook, okay? But let's go ahead and go through this message for you. That's a simple answer, but let's look at the path, okay? So first of all, there's this change. You're sensing, you know what, like, I need to have this change in my life. I'm not sure if this has to do with retirement, something you've been working for a while, but I do see you're going to be spending a lot more time in leisure and relaxation. And this is kind of like the pinnacle of your life. This is like everything you've been working towards. This is what has been motivating you to move forward. And so this is also the star saying, like, you're at the top of your career right now. You're at a point where a lot of people depend on you. A lot of people come to you for your support. They see you as a leader, as somebody who has good advice, as somebody who is a good steward. And this is basically saying, like, you've become the star. You know, people really look up to you. This star card also has to do with illumination, and we also see this light. I think something that's going to be really beneficial for you in Hawaii is going to be more time spent outside and in the sunshine. So I don't know if you work indoors a lot or something, but I feel like you're going to feel like you're really free and you're not trapped. And I feel like you feel like, I need to get out. I need to get out of this life. I need to go somewhere far away. I need to go somewhere tropical and somewhere carefree. And I just want to be in my element. And this is also talking about the water and your connection with the beach and the ocean and how healing that will be for you. And so this is saying, by the time you get there, you're going to be feeling like it's really time to recharge yourself with a period of relaxation. And it's going to be this big celebration. This says, enjoy being the star of your own life story. This will be a time for excitement and pure enjoyment of your life. This says, the most amazing thing about you is that you offer your ideas and you pour them out to nourish the people that you love. You dwell on what is good and what is pleasant in your life, and you try to avoid negativity. But I feel like you've been overburdened and you've been feeling broken down, and you're just getting this message like, it's time for me to take another path. And so you're working really, really hard. Like, it's almost like Spirit has kind of lit a fire underneath your butt to force you to start stirring this pot, to think of ideas. And so you're thinking of ideas, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? How am I going to make this change? And so you landed on this idea of Hawaii, and they're telling you this is meant to be. This is part of your divine guidance you've received. And I feel like you're a very solid person. Your spiritual gift is the gift of claircognizance. So you just know things. Claircognizance is clear knowing. It's the ability to know something without logic or facts. It's strong feelings and intuitive thoughts that just pop into your head. And along with claircognizance is leadership qualities. So you know things. I feel like you received this message to go to Hawaii through your inner knowing, and you know, I'm going to be going there, that this is going to happen. But what's hard is there's this period of waiting. I feel like a year from now, 2020, it's not going to seem like you've made a lot of progress. I think this next year is really you just grounding your idea and like grounding your vision. But it's in 2020, 2021, you're going to start seeing more of the finances and more of the savings come in. So I do feel like something's, I think this card's actually talking about a break, like getting a break from life, or like from being in the system, the harshness of the adult world, the harshness of the corporate or the business world, you know, the fear, the greed, the corruption, just wanting to just kind of step away from it. You have this amazing ability to create a safe space around you wherever you go, wherever you work, whatever you do. And you've worked your ass off, that's for sure. And so you deserve this. You deserve this next chapter in your life. You're worthy. I think that's something you should remind yourself of. And I think right now there's been a little bit of planning that's gone into it, but I think you picked this date because you're like, you know, it's reasonable. I should be able to get everything figured out by then. A year from now, you're going to be feeling like we haven't made any progress, and you're going to kind of freak out. But I think that's going to get you motivated to work even harder towards it. And it's like you just got to finish the last mile of the journey. These next 3 years, it's all uphill. It's tiring, but then you get there and it's beautiful. This is saying, like, in Hawaii, you're going to be able to connect with the earth. You're going to be able to place your hands on the earth. And this is actually a message for you. I don't know if you're into ritual or anything like that, but maybe go on like a hike with your wife. And when you feel like you get a private moment, place your hands on the earth Ask for its blessing and ask that you will receive everything you need and more to be able to go to Hawaii, to get your dream home, to, get your dream lifestyle. And as I'm saying this, my hands are tingling so much. I feel like this trust in your spirituality and in your ability to command energy and your trust in the earth is really important here. So if you can, I think anchoring this in with the ritual is going to be really important, and also visualization. If you and your wife want to watch it together, I have this tutorial on my site. It's really easy. All you do is type in Rainbow Harmony vision board, and up pops a vision board tutorial where I teach people for free how to be able to make a vision board using Pinterest. I would suggest that you guys start pinning like a vision board, like make a secret board on Pinterest, and at night while you guys are falling asleep, just, invite each other to do the board together and pin pictures of like Hawaii and like the specific islands you want to live on, and do some research and pin pictures of what you want your dream home to look like and how you want to decorate and what you want your life to look like. Pin a picture of like a dude like laying on the beach just with his feet up in the air and just, with a beer or something, like pin a whole board of like what you want it to look like and make it real, and spend time just like visualizing it and fantasizing it. It actually really helps because our third eye sees things really visually, and it helps kind of anchor that vision down. So make the vision board and then go on a little hike at some point, maybe on New Year's or something, or whenever you feel like is an important time, and literally put your hands on the earth, say a quick prayer like, bless me, I want to be able to go to Hawaii and be able to receive all the money and all the funds I need. One time, I hiked to this waterfall in the middle of the night with my husband. I was like crying. I was like going through this crazy breakdown, and I was just frustrated because I was like, my life is not what I want it to be. And I remember I placed my hands on this waterfall and I just cried, and I asked, like, I want to be able to have a car. I want to have my own apartment. Also, I want to be able to travel the world. And my dreams came true a couple years later. All the things I asked for, like, everything aligned, and it was just so crazy and synchronistic the way it happened. So try the vision board, try the ritual, and then just follow your guidance. I feel like even if you didn't do that, you'd still make it there, but I think it will help you to feel like you've taken some kind of action. Because I feel like right now, something's kind of preventing you from actually taking the action. It might be like you need to save more, or you need like, but the vision board will kind of make it more real for you. The ritual with the earth will help you feel like you've anchored it in. And they're saying it's time to use your logic and your intuition to give birth to your desires. So logically, you're going to have to figure out all the logistics involved with this, but intuitively, you also need to allow yourself to like anchor this in. And they're saying you've planted the seed, it's going to grow. And look at this. You will receive enough money to move forward. First, you take action, then the money comes. The vision board is a really good way to start taking action because you're like planning it as if it's already going to happen, even if everything isn't in a line yet. So, time to be productive. Your wishes will be provided for. And look at this. 23. So I'm going to say yes. Go for it. Be enthusiastic. Expect it to happen. And just, break it down into simple steps. You've got it. You've got this. That's what I feel like. This was divine inspiration. And yeah, it's exciting. I'm going to come visit. Just kidding. I hope you have a blessed day or evening wherever you're at. And I'll see you later. Thank you so much for your support. So, Irene.
Where is my family heading? Are we gonna live the good life and not have to worry about finances or health issues?
Yeah, okay. All right, Irene, you're wondering, where is your family headed? Are you guys always going to have to worry about health and finance issues? Just kind of wondering when this is going to be cleared up. Okay, so I'm going to actually pull separate cards for this. First of all, health. And finances. Okay, so we're going to start with health. I do see some struggles here. I mean, look at these cards, these are the swords cards talking about, feeling like attacked at every angle, different members of the family having issues in health. Remember, when it comes to health, it's like a holistic thing, body, mind, and spirit. So when it comes to health, obviously, trust and go to your doctor, take that route. But there are other spokes on the wheel of your health. Also realize that every injury or every health condition you have also has an emotional root. So, therapy can also help your family, is what I'm seeing. And, there's many therapists that will do it at, I know finances are hard. Sometimes therapy costs as much as sending a child to preschool. So, like, I feel you there. But sometimes you can qualify for reduced therapy at a lower cost price. Or you can also get free therapy. So I would honestly research and find a good therapist and just make that available to your family or to your children to be able to work out and have a safe space to be able to go that's private and talk about anything they need to talk to feel like they have someone safe. And I know that's hard as a parent sometimes because you want to be that person, but just sometimes having someone there that's non-biased can help. I feel like therapy could also help. Time in nature is also really important. Even if there's someone in your family who's really sickly, just taking them out and laying them on a little picnic blanket and just letting them enjoy some fresh air and just put their feet in the grass is important. Sometimes it's raining or it's snowy or it's cold. It might not be that time of the year, but once the weather gets better, definitely consider on the weekends just trying to get your family out in nature more, because that will be very, very healing. I'm also seeing a message about more organic fruits and vegetables, like really working on the diet. Sometimes it's cheaper to get the processed food and the carbohydrates, but really try to watch the sugars and the processed carbohydrates with your family, because that feeds inflammation. And inflammation is the root of a lot of illnesses. Not all, but it can be a factor. Oftentimes the doctor will help with medicine and diagnosis, and always trust that. You want to approach this from many angles, but sometimes doctors won't tell you the link that your diet and nutrition also has to health. And so really consider that and think about maybe going on Pinterest or something to get healthy recipes. You might want to slowly kind of start changing your family's diet together. And I say slowly because it's really hard if all of a sudden one day you get rid of all the food everyone's used to eating and you just stock the fridge full of fruits and vegetables. They're gonna be like, what the heck? But slowly start introducing things. And I feel like you guys are in a rush a lot, so it's easier just to grab the fast food or the carbohydrates, the sugars, the packaged food, anything that comes in a wrapper. But maybe meal prepping will help you, like once a week, even getting the family involved. It can be a bonding experience where you guys hang out, you cook together, you meal prep for the week, put things in Tupperware so it's easy to just go to the fridge and grab it and it's already made and it's healthy and it's prepared. There's so many blogs out there of families that have taken this journey with trying to get their family to eat healthier, and I would give that a look. I would look into that, see if you can find somebody that has a blog where it's like budget meals, and it's healthy foods. I'm seeing that for the health. And I am seeing this getting better in the future, to be honest. There's always going to be stuff going down like this. It's just the nature of our humanity. But I'm seeing a message about making goals to work on the health, like whatever you can do. Maybe it's saving up $10 a week towards like a purified water filter. That could help. I see a message about trying to get better quality of water into your family. And then they're also saying, don't force it. Also remember that illnesses can teach us things, and even though it's rough seeing a family member sick or going through this, it is opening you up. And so if you keep noticing there's repeated things that are happening, I would check the food, I would check the water quality. That's where I would start. And you should see a lot of improvement there. You really should. And more organic fruits and vegetables, healthy juices, really trying like potatoes and stuff like that instead of having like wheat. Really be careful of having wheat. Try to cut that down. Be careful of the corn as well. Limit that. Definitely more organic fruits and vegetables is what I'm seeing for you. So now I'm seeing the finances. It's a burden. It's like the burden of the finances really seems to be on one person in the family. And it's hard because maybe it's your partner or something, and they're gone so much, and you feel like you're on your own. But I see actually opportunities coming in for you, to do something creative to make a little bit of money on the side. And this is funny enough, this is actually saying everything's going to be great. And I'm going to read this card to you in a second. I do see a positive outcome here, but there's a message about using and utilizing your creativity to come out with some kind of side hustle. It could be selling baked goods if you like to bake or something. It could be maybe making something with your hands and selling it on Etsy. I actually buy like birthday cards and Christmas cards on Etsy all the time. There's people who literally make their living and like pay for their house and their mortgage and their car and like feed their kids by making cards and selling them on Etsy. I always joke with my followers that there's people making their living selling puppets on Etsy, like sewing puppets and selling them, and they have like a house and they've got cars and they've got all the things and everyone's fed and clothed and they're just sitting on their couch chilling every day making puppets. So, this is the information era. This is the internet era. You can make a profile, you can sell a product, you can start a business easily. Maybe you worry about the taxes or the business license, but business licenses usually are only a couple $100s. You can save towards that. Taxes, it depends where you live, but when you first start selling it, you don't have to you could take a little time before you start claiming it as taxes. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I actually see, like, even if you want to rest and kind of sit down, find something you can do and kind of like, because you see she's like sitting down and then there's like these flowers, like she's holding like something, like it's like creativity. She's making something in her lap. So it could be embroidery, it could be knitting, it could be making cards, it could be sewing. You could mend people's clothing. There's this woman who lived in the town I used to live in, and she just put a sign up in her front yard and said like she does alterations, and I would take all my clothes to her and she would alter them, and she gave me a great price, and she had business. Like she was hanging out sewing all day, watching TV. She loved it. And so I'm actually seeing a message about you starting some kind of side hustle, doing something creative, allowing this to flow naturally, just realizing there's options. If you want to bring in more finances, you can do so, and you can do so through your creativity. This is saying there's a lot of opportunities for you, and you're kind of indecisive right now. You're kind of like, what should I do? Waiting for opportunities to come in, but sometimes you got to create those opportunities. So let's just see like what your creative gifts are. Yeah, they're saying you might even be guided to healing. If you like tarot, you might be able to do tarot. If you want to be a life coach, you could do life coach. You don't have to have your life perfect in order to coach people or listen to people or help people. Maybe you end up doing sound healing. Maybe you like crystal bowls and you make a YouTube channel where you just like play the crystal bowls and do a little bit of sound healing, and that stuff gets tons of hits. You could start a YouTube channel. There's so many options. Start researching and looking into like different side hustles and different jobs you can start on the internet, or different crafts you can make and sell, and just spend some time researching, and then I feel like you'll make a decision, and you'll be able to pull in a lot more money than you think. Like I was shocked how much tarot is bringing in for me. I was shocked how much I taught myself how to be a makeup artist on YouTube, and I made a lot of money doing that. Like whenever I'm in the city, I can offer that up as a gift, as a talent, make money through it. But in answer to your question, yes, I see a better season ahead. 2019 is going to be a way better year. If 2018 was particularly hard for you guys, you have to realize that like we had like 9 planets retrograde at the same time at one point. It was, or not 9 planets, sorry, it was like 6 or 7. It was crazy though. Like almost all the planets were retrograde at the same time during the summer. And so it was just insane. We had Venus retrograde, we had Mars retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, and Jupiter has to do with health. Jupiter has to do with money and finances. So we had a lot going on. 2019 is going to be a lot better. And your overall message is everything will be sunny and bright. Love, friendships, and relationships of all kinds are highlighted. It is time to emulate the sun in its creative ability to realize works of art and love that did not exist before. Be a dynamic, inspiring, and influential leader whose light shines for all to see. Show the world who you are and what you've done. Express yourself so that all whom you encounter can feel your worth. Also, this has to do with good fortune. This is the sun. It's like a yes card. It's like a good fortune card. It's talking about the banishing of darkness. It could have just been like funky energy and like the way the planets were affecting your house of health and finances this last year with the retrogrades and everything. So look forward to this new year. I think it's going to be a new start for you and your family. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support. I want to thank everybody who watched this broadcast, who participated in it, who sent money over and everything. I just really want to thank you guys, and I'll probably be doing another one of these in the next week or so. I told some of you guys who haven't been able to like afford like a full-blown reading from me because of the holidays and everything that I would be doing more of these sessions. And yeah, thank you guys. I'm tired. I'm gonna go eat, clear my energy, chill, and sleep. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening or day or afternoon wherever you guys are. And I'll see you soon. Peace out.